What is up, YouTube? I know it's kind of been a while that I posted a video, but after all these months, I thought it was well overdue. Ever since Corona, I haven't really played a lot, and I haven't been very busy with Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, so getting kinda less experience with the day. Now, right here, a regional has being held in Antwerp, and that's exactly where I lived. I found it impossible to ignore, so I picked up 3 Traptrix structure decks and decided to build myself the deck. At the end of the regional, which was 7 rounds long, there were 3 Traptrix players in top 16, and I actually was one of them, so I was really happy. I decided to get those deck lists of the 3 Traptrix players and decided to show them off on my channel. Now, the Traptrix players, they came in 1st, 7th, and 11th respectively, with myself being in the 11th spot. I was already really proud of it, so I'm really happy that it worked out. Let's get into the deck lists. I put them right here, all 3 next to each other, so you can just see them at once. I thought it would be a bit better, a bit faster, hopefully, and let's get into it. The first thing we can actually immediately see that are the similarities. They are all 3 kept as simple as possible without inclusion of extra engines. So, like the Tyrion package, not in the deck, no Rika cards. It's just plain simple as it can be. For the Traptrix monsters, there's only one thing that is actually different, and that's for my own build, where I only play 2 Mantis instead of 3. Now, I could go over all the specifics, why I choose card X, why I choose card Y, but after this video, I'm going to make an additional video with my own deck profile, with my choices and why I play certain cards. So definitely, if you want to see that one, keep yourself updated. For now, I'm just gonna go over the simple factors, the simple card for cards, and that's gonna be it actually. So, Traptrix monsters, 12 to 13, you see in all 3 of the decks. Kinda impossible to ignore. Now, all 3 decks are also playing triple parallel exceed. I've kinda been hearing that it's standard now for everyone to play that 3. If you see it, and you resolve it, it's actually gonna win you the game. Most likely. It's an additional rank 4, it's additional resources. The card is just nuts. Then we get to hand traps, and as you can see, we all 3 play triple Ash Blossom. The card is just meta relevant. It's the best one right now. Triple Imperm is also a thing. Triple Evenly matches going second cards. It's all something that's really standard. And here comes the different part. For the first place Traptrix build, he was playing 2 Drawn Lockbirds and 1 Lancia. Now, I don't know where his thought process for the 1 Lancia came from, but I'd like to think that he just didn't have enough room in his side deck, and he just decided to put it in the main deck, and I hoped it worked out for him. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Don't know what the exact reason is, but I'm going to keep it at that. For the 7th place deck list, the man was playing triple Nibiru, and I was playing 2 Draw and Lock and 2 Nibiru. Now, I do feel that Draw and Lock in Traptrix should be included somewhere, and you can also see that in the 7th place deck list, where he's playing Draw and Lock in his side deck. So yeah, that's actually a thing that I could be talking about during my deck profile. For Nibiru, the card is kind of falling out of the format again, but we all know how it goes with cards like that. They are in the format, people play around it, they start to get out of the format, and people start to play into it more. So it's always a vicious circle with a card, and you have to choose whether to play it or not. Simple as that. For myself, I opted for 2 copies, just because I didn't want to play 0, and 1 just seemed sacky, so I went for 2. But yeah, a big lineup of hand traps. We can see 3, 6, 9... 12 going second cards in the 1st place deck list, then again 12 in the 7th place, and for myself I was playing 13 because I just wanted that extra touch in there. Prosperity, we can see 1 deck list not playing it at all, the 1st place deck list playing 2, and myself playing 3. I was borrowing those. Shout out to Han Withers for actually lending me 3 Pot of Prosperity. The card isn't easy to come by at the moment, so yeah, that's also a thing. If you don't have the card, it's definitely possible to run it without, and you can see that in the 7th place deck list. For trap holes, we can see, if you don't count Holtea, because Holtea is just mandatory at 3, we can see a variety of going from 5 in my own deck list to going even to 7, I think it is. 2, 4, 6, yeah, 7 trap hole cards in the 1st place deck list. You can choose whatever amount you want. You can choose the copies you want. It's as long as you're playing 1 Floodgate, 1 Traptrix Trapple Nightmare, and at least 1 Gravedigger Trap Hole, everything's gonna be fine. It's those 3 are mandatory, and I think that everything else you can fill in by yourself among these. So yeah, that's actually it for the main decks, and they are really similar. For side decks, we can see a big variety of cards. The meta is really diverse, and it's all how you feel in your head right now. Things like Drawn Lock, Lancea, Ghost Bell, they are all pretty viable. Both myself and the 1st place decklist were running Gamma-Seal for the Kashtira matchup, while the 7th place decklist was going with Book of Eclipse for that matchup. Now, I do feel that Gamma-Seal is a little bit better because it just gets rid of the body. It's not be playing in the opponent's Ash Blossom. Like, if they have Ash Blossom on your Book of Eclipse, that kind of sucks. For back row removal, I opted to go for Heavy Storm Dusters because I like to trigger Serra. I only sided them in once, and I actually needed it for Serra to be triggered, so I was really happy with it. Cosmic Cyclone wouldn't have cut it there, so there is always the option of going either way. And then finally, for traps that you can play, things like Solemn Judgment, they are really good. Not overly necessary, I feel, because 2 of the 3 decklists weren't even playing it. Dimensional Barrier, kind of the same. I've been hearing the other players, like, they aren't overwhelmingly great. So they are there for the matchups that you want, but if you don't see them, or if you see them, it's not the biggest of deal. And then the one card that I really want to talk about, the 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance in the 1st place deck list. The guy who piloted the list did say that he kind of sacked with it because he saw it a couple of times, and that he wished he played more. So it's in my honest opinion that from now on, like, I'm going to include Anti-Spell Fragrance from now on in my deck list. It's probably a great idea, so yeah. Dark Ruler No More is also a card that I was running. I feel it's amazing with Exit Knight. The opponent has a big board. You can just summon 2, go Exiton, blow everything up, attack, go into Zeus. I've done it a couple of times. It's amazing. Extra deck. Triple Serra, mandatory. Adipus, the Link 3, mandatory. The Link 2, I don't know how many times the other players have summoned it, but I never missed it. Same for Alameros. They were both playing it. I didn't miss it at all. So take that how you want it to be. Time Thief Redoer, definitely an amazing card. You have to play it. Exit Knight is almost a staple. The 7th place decklist wasn't running it, but was running Baguska and Dweller instead. So there's that. Both me and the 1st place decklist were running a package to go into a 4 material Zeus, with the 1st place decklist going for the Springans, while I was going for the Utopia package. And then I think the only thing that I haven't said is why I was playing a Ptolemaeus package in my extra deck, but you'll have to see in my deck profile to find out. It's kind of a long thing to explain, and I don't want to bother you guys with it right now. If you really want to see it, you can always ask me in the comments, or you can just wait for my deck profile. I hope you guys liked it. These were the 3 deck profiles. I hope if you want to build Traptrix, you have some ideas that you can go with for now. YCS London is probably going to be amazing. I feel that the Kashtira matchup is really easy with Traptrix. They can't really play through 2 trap hole cards, which is so amazing. Like, you always put Rafflesia and a trap hole down there. You have the whole Thea for Mirmelio to pop their bird, stuff like that. Kashtira just doesn't play around Traptrix really easily. Same for other decks, of course. If you are going first, it's really the going second matchup that you have to prepare. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys liked it, and I see you guys in the next video. Ciao.